Welcome, everybody, to the launch of season 37 of Beyond the Ordinary Show. And it is such an honor to be hosting this almost 13 years, just growing our community, sharing some of the most inspirational leaders and wayshowers that are really illuminating what's possible on our ascensionary journey as we connect to ourselves and into a greater potentiality than we ever dreamed of before. So, we're launching today with what's going to be, without question, an extraordinary call. You're going to experience an psychoactive activating journey that I want you all to prepare for. Grab a pillow, find somewhere to get comfortable. We'll get into that a little bit later during the program. And you're also going to experience a transmission of connection with the Archangelic realm. And this is unique to Christabel, our guest today, who is a facilitator second to none in the way that she guides her community and really awakens, again, that potential, that higher dimensional consciousness, and then teaches people how to embody it so that they can carry it forward in their lives. And today we're going to get a little bit into Christabel's story. We're going to talk about the Archangelic realm and how that got activated for Christabel and why she's bringing it into her practice and actually facilitating in ways that she hasn't before. And we're going to experience so much more. And there's a special offer also of Christabel, y'all. It's significantly discounted. If y'all have participated in it before, you're going to want to sign up. This is crazy, ridiculous, inexpensive. And what Christabel's bringing through now is extraordinary from a whole nother vibrational level. And again, we're going to experience a tremendous activation today. So y'all enjoy today's call. We may get into some Q&A as well. And with all of that, Christabel, welcome to today's call and to the season opener of Beyond the Ordinary.
Thank you so much, John. It's always such a delight to be playing with you in these virtual realms and connecting with your community.
Thank you. Breath of Bliss, breath work. You went from someone who, as someone who had a great impact in community and the world. You were featured in Time Magazine, Cosmopolitan, you were in Regis and Kathy Lee. You had quite the persona out there. And then something shifted for you, and then along the way, you came across this thing called breath work in the way that it was demonstrated to that activated something new and a new inspiration through you. And I'd love if you speak a little bit about that and what it was about this that shifted so much in your life.
Mm, wow. Well, I'll begin by sharing that I wasn't looking for it. I didn't even know
Mm,
breathwork existed. At that time, I was married and in a relationship with a beautiful man, but that didn't have congruent values. And over time, we just didn't have the relational skill sets needed to navigate the changes. And so I found myself at that moment in time really bottled up and really unhappy, unable to express why, uncomfortable in my relationship, not sure how to even make a change, feeling like I was betraying myself by staying and just stuck. And so that's the moment I experienced this practice. And I was in a light body activation experience. The facilitator said, lie down, let's do some breath. And I began this open mouth, circular connected breath practice with light, like intentionally breathing codes of light into my body, saturating my DNA with my imagination,
mm,
and felt so many physical sensations, tingling, vibrating, cramping, like so much aliveness, but also so much emotion, so much sadness, and so much grief. And like all these tears started coming out of me that I had just didn't even know there was an ocean of tears and anger and fear and just, but then it's kind of like I went through this veil into this space that was so vast, and I started feeling so much love in my heart, this pure love. And I started realizing there was Christabel, and she was so upset and she was so small and she had all these ideas and she felt it was like I created this separation between believing I was who I was as a personality, and
Mhm.
suddenly I was in seeing it, and the love was like liquid in my body, and I was like laughing, I was crying, I was feeling God, like a love that was so beyond anything I had experienced. And I just came out of that feeling radically awakened, like everything I thought was true was not true, clearly seeing the bliss and the pleasure and the paradise frequency that I wanted to experience in my life. And I proceeded to totally rearrange my life and take quantum leaps and make big changes that were really hard, and create this entire pathway to Bali, creating my own teacher training curriculum and Breath of Bliss, specifically around reverse engineering these bliss states. And I just started leading this incredible life for over a decade, finally teaching other facilitators to lead these psychoactive journeys. And it was truly a golden age of just rippling out to so many communities and empowering other teachers and leaders to be stepping into their authority and owning their voice and doing light language and creating these transformational experiences. And yeah, it radically changed the trajectory of my whole life. And
Mhm.
now I just continue to grow and share even more empowerments with my initiates and in training, and just discovering how can we amplify this ceremonial artistry of this practice so we can really have fun creating substance-free psychedelic experiences that really mimic that plant medicine experience without the plant medicine, so we can remember how infinite we really are. So
Mhm. Well, you're the essence of a true teacher for me because you had that radical experience for yourself, and in that illumination and that activation within you, you couldn't help but to begin to share with others. It's like, and that's really what's inspired you. And I see you putting these programs together and all of the information that you package so that it's digestible and accessible and fruitful for those people that choose to participate in community with you is tremendous. But you have radically shifted so many lives by following this passion and this activation that called you into a higher potentiality from a higher vibrational state and connection to something divine within you.
grace, it's sweet. We
Mm.
can all taste it. We can all touch it. We can all circulate it through our bodies with breath, and we can all create miracles of awareness simply by cleaning up the surface mind and like removing all the programming and the false limiting beliefs simply with the breath, as this
Mhm.
spiritual technology. And I'm just endlessly fascinated with how, yeah, it's inspired by my constant state of awe around the practice. And
You live in a constant state of
that
awe, which is so inspiring for me. It's so wonderful. I had several opportunities to sit with Christabel both online and in person in Bali. And my experiences, while she was transmitting in Maui, I was in Kauai, I'm laying on the couch, and I had divine ascended masters show up for me. I had Yeshua, Mother Mary show up in one extraordinary activation. I felt like I was in another realm, yet simultaneously grounded in this one. And this was through a 45-minute journey. When we were in Bali together, I went in and y'all, I was at one with God in the way that my consciousness opened in the moment to have such an intimate relationship with oneness was extraordinary. And it's just not the consciousness. When I came back into the room as the ceremony was winding up, I can feel a vitality running through my physicality as well. There's more energy. My cells are feeling active. It's like the colors are more vibrant. I can smell more deeply than I could before. It's profound what happens. And that happens on a continuous basis for participants for you, and people that participate on your journeys. I want you to comment on that, but I also want to get into, and actually, if we don't mind skipping on the commenting, I know that you have had some significant breakthroughs um, recently, and it's again so inspiring that you're still having breakthroughs after reaching such levels of openness. But something that is fairly new, and it's part of our conversation today, is this not only your relationship with the archangelic realm, but your inspiration to share it more publicly so that other people can benefit from it in the work that you're doing. And I'd love it if you talk a little bit more about that.
Yes. Well, I just have to say, I encourage all of our Breath of Bliss initiates to be real and
Mm,
transparent and to use the ceremonial facilitation as a vehicle for spiritual ministry and taking ownership of what we believe without diluting it or censoring it. So I myself have to consistently cross that threshold of transparency, even though I feel super vulnerable doing it sometimes still.
mm,
And I have been navigating so many challenging experiences over the last couple of years, just difficult thoughts, like thoughts that are painful, that they're untrue, but somehow sometimes they cycle in me, and debilitating thoughts that create really challenging, dense
mm,
emotions. And just loops of non-productive direction of focus, like worrying for worst possible outcomes kind of thing. And I finally realized, you know what, I need to ask for help more directly. And one of my mentors, Michael Bernard Beckwith, he's always saying, just call on the angels, just invoke the angels, and I thought, why don't I ever just directly have chats on the daily with my angels? So I started weaving into my practice. I do 22 minutes of meditation, and then I do prayer after it every morning. And I decided to start just speaking out loud every morning to the angels and just seeing I don't have some lifelong connection with them, but there's certain ones that just seem to pop into my consciousness. And so I began just almost invoking and calling forth these pristine codes and teachings that I sensed were within each archetypal being, which of course is just a representation of what we already have within each and every one of us. But still, there was this power to speaking it and invoking and commanding it into within awakening within me. And incredible things started happening in my life, like the transmutation of so much suffering and fear and feelings of not enoughness, or even relationally, like when my heart would close, I would just call in certain archangels, and it was like such a
mm.
softening and a letting go. And I realized there is an entire suite of support available. So then I started bringing them to my Breath of Bliss ceremonies. And before the breath practice, I would start calling forth the archangelic sequence that I was using privately. And the things that have started happening for our initiates has been profound, like these mind-blowing transformations. Because when we program space with the power of our word, and we use the words as wands, and we invoke the dormant capacities within our own DNA, and we create a field of infinite possibilities, like it just opens the quantum field for this rapid realization. And I myself am continuing, even when I lead these things, to feel such wholeness and coherence come into my own heart. So it's a really nourishing, regenerative practice that I'm going to be sharing today.
Well, you're creating a vertexual field for the archangelic presence,
Yeah.
which is profound. And you're at the center of that eye, and it's all activating around you. And that's what you're guiding people into. So it's so powerful. Um, Tell us more about your archangelic posse. What do they represent for you and how do you feel them? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's interesting because they didn't come all at once. I'll just mention it was almost as if when I had one problem, so called problem, which is really an invitation for me to become an answer. When one problem showed up in my life, then it was like one would show up one day. And so over it took time for the whole constellation. But right now, they're there's a series and they're surround me at different points. So in front of me, Archangel Michael.
Mm,
And for me, Archangel Michael and his plasma sword of truth, it just cuts through all limiting beliefs and all projections and all expectations and all negative future forecasting and all enmeshment with past and karmic, inheritances. And it's just like he restores the pristine nature of our
mm,
core selves in congruence, alignment, dignity, respect, true virtue on a divine level. So he's kind of like divine will teacher for me. And to the right, Archangel Raphael. And he recalibrates awareness to invite the remembrance of wholeness, the implicit goodness and perfection that's already here. There's nothing broken to be fixed, changed, or saved. There's a regenerative activation of the cellular matrix within our body so we can start restoring the vibrancy, the effervescent wholeness, the sort of biophotonic field of completeness that's here, the template of our divinity. And behind, I always sense Archangel Gabriel with his trumpet, calling forth our ability to be messengers of God and to refine the calibration and discernment and the use of our words, and to instigate within us the courage and the willingness to be visible and to be outspoken in our advocacy for whatever our sacred medicine is, and to truly light conceive these creative ideas to complete what we start, to bring it into form for the collective. And so he's just, particularly for me, he's and for anyone watching who is a visionary creator, a luminary who's birthing new earth paradigms, like such an
mm,
activator. And as well on my left, I feel the beautiful, loving, exquisite energy of Archangel Shamuel.
mm,
And this pink cloud of this sort of biophosphorescent, shimmering energy of just pure unconditional love that we can tap into when we release the illusion of resentments and unforgivenesses and misperceptions, and relax the reptilian mind, and really soften into the heart and commune. He helps us really commune, he, she, us, them, really open all the chambers so the blood itself can be programmed with this love matrix of God, goddess, and to
mm.
circulate through our bodies this like just this exquisite care, compassion, understanding, benevolence, and unity. And beneath us, Archangel Uriel, who
Mm,
I always feel he's there. He's really rewiring the neuroplasticity of our brains and the neural networks to unhook from the human collective, to get unenmeshed from whatever we were taught in school and our misperceptions, and to plug in to the mind of source so that we have access to another software system and we can download rapid realizations beyond the surface mind, beyond this incarnation, and really receive the vastness and the truth of who we are. And Archangel Metatron above us, opening us to the sacred geometric whirling forms of languages of light through gold, diamond, pearlescent geometries, languages of infinite possibility. And I so deeply resonate with Metatron as the governor, so to speak, of the oversoul architecture. So all of our lives, like a zillion lights of sparkling lights in the universe, like he helps sort of tap in and just harness the wisdom, intelligence, and love of all those lifetimes. And so that's the general matrix, and as well as the ion Christed presence within the 0 point that I often land in at the end. So we can anchor in that equanimity and the divine neutrality that is possible when we are fully activating the archangelic matrix. So
Yeah, what's beautiful to witness is as you speak of each one individually, it's I can sense your intimate relationship with them. I can sense your connection and speaking not just from an archetype, but from direct experience. And that's what you're bringing into a possibility for everyone that's going to get into the practice site, for everyone that goes into any one of your trainings and deeper into facilitation. is that once we have the direct experience, the confidence, the intimacy, that feeling that we never really walk alone ever ignites something within us that can't ever be taken away.
Yes. And I just want to say, I am not some special person who was born with superpowers and angel communication. I know a lot of people on the show are, in a lineage of superpowers. I
Mhm.
feel like I'm a person like probably everyone watching. And I just made a decision to start talking to these angelic guides every day and to start speaking to what my intuition was inviting. And then to show up with you on this show, which is definitely a vulnerable edge for me to talk publicly.
Mhm.
So I want to say that everyone can nurture intimacy with angels as reflections of what we already have within us.
Mhm. And again, that takes me to the point of how do we build that connection? How do we build relationship? How do we tune into the intimacy? And you said it so beautifully without even knowing that that was part of the transmission, probably. But what you bring is your heart, your vulnerability into it. Not as someone who's wired for it and expert and comes from a lineage, but a true desire of connecting and letting your guard down, regardless of how it may appear, to put yourself in front and say, I want to get to know you.
Yeah.
And how beautiful is that? And look what's activated for you. Look what's opening. And it's just, and more is coming through. I know you have some amazing opportunities that have just opened up for you. We won't even talk about that now, but what is activating for Christabel in the field of potential and her next phase of being able to share this work for larger audiences is extraordinary. And I am grateful that we get to offer what we offer on BTO today. The special offer, let's get into the special offer here in just a minute. Chris, do me a favor and put the link in the chat box. Thank you. April and Chris both put it on. You can click on the special offer button right underneath the video where you're watching a call. If you're watching on the replay, it's underneath as well. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can access all the replays for the show at beyondtheordinaryshow.com/marketplace. And you'll see Christabel's picture, hit the special offer button, and you'll be able to access and review what's the beautiful offering that's coming on today. Um, we're also going to get into a transmission in a little bit, an angelic transmission, and then we're going to experience a breath of work journey. It's probably about 20-25 minutes. It's shorter than a typical one, but the comments that we've had the few times that Crystal Bowl has been on the show sharing these 20-25 minute journeys has been profound. People just walk away just in awe and can't believe that they were able to tune in and feel so much so quickly. So it's one thing to be in breath work, but we have to consider the setting as in any psychoactive journey. And we have to consider who it is that's guiding us, who it is that's opening the space for us. And Christabel is just a master at creating intimate, just refined spaces so that we can really go deep and access what we're ready to access, no matter where it comes from, knowing that we're held in all of it, which is extraordinary. Um, Tell us a little bit about the transmission you're going to take us into, and then I want to go to special offer, and then I want to start the transmission. I just kind of want to weave it that way right now.
Yeah. I just want to underscore that if you're watching this, you can develop a life changing, intimate relationship with angels that will totally shift the trajectory of your life. And if you combine
Mm,
that with this psychedelic practice, you will open and unlock so much creative potential and innovation in you. So much life force energy. And that's what we're going to be doing today. I'll be starting with this archangelic sequence that just is sort of native to my daily practice as an
mm,
offering to you. There'll be some music, and then we'll go into this 25-minute experience, and really just inviting you to use the breath like a pilgrim, and to really consecrate this experience in your consciousness as part of your ministry, as part of how you're ministering deliberately to your consciousness and the thoughts, what's circulating in your mind and your heart. And it's almost a devotional practice, like a energetic housekeeping or energetic hygiene practice, so that you might have a revelation, because that's the ultimate invitation, is for
Mhm.
you to have a revelation of wholeness by quieting the mind. Does that, I'm not sure what question you asked, John.
No, that's amazing. I really appreciate that you bring in the revelation of wholeness. What also is happening in this is, and this is so important for what we're navigating in the new energies that we're acclimating to, because we are being amplified into a field of potential where we're becoming aware of how quickly we are creating our reality. And so to have the capacity to tune into that vortexual field. I know you're into the vortex right now. For me, it's non-local reality, that space of ultimate creation, 0 point, the point where we meet the illumination of Christ consciousness within ourselves. And we start relating from that place. What starts emanating and vibrating out is the signal for what we're attracting and choosing to create with. So this is a practice that I highly encourage you to find time for it on a consistent basis, whether it's through Christabel or in your own meditation, but to get into that vortexual space
Mm.
and to allow the resonance of the high vibrational authority that you're connecting with within yourself, and to understand just what an amazing and impeccable creator you really are. And we're reminding ourselves that that is the truth, not just the possibility, that that is the truth. And as we own more of that truth, as we surrender in that vulnerability, it's like, yes. And you remember who you're walking with instead of who you're aspiring for, your role changes. And it's a practice that is going to be more and more necessary as we're walking forward, so that we can attune, so our bodies can hold the vibrational level, and so that we know with great confidence and humility simultaneously, um, what's possible in our lives and for the world that we're creating. Um,
Let me say one other thing, John. You're just
of
on
course.
fire. What I hear you say, I mean, I hear you
Uh,
saying that when we surround ourselves with a heavenly entourage, it's like raises our standards.
yeah, thank you.
It, yeah, and it really
Um,
elevates the standard of how we walk through the world and who we choose to engage with or not. It enhances our ability to have healthy boundaries, and to take a stand for what we believe in, and to truly share at a level of excellence and inner authority that's based in our vulnerability and our truth and our realness. So thank you for saying that. Really felt that.
yeah, it's unquestionable what we're devoted to when we come to that place of realization. It's not a question. It just is. And how wonderful is that? And again, y'all, Christabel is offering a pathway that I'm so excited to share with y'all. So we're going to get into the transmission and the breathwork journey here in just a little bit. But first, I want to go into the special offer, because it really is special. You've greatly reduced the opportunity to work with the ceremonies that you've offered for your community for a while. I participated in one full round of it, and it was extraordinary for me. But why don't you share the offering that's coming up with the Family of Light special offer now?
Yeah. Well, starting on the fall equinox, September 21st, we have a 7 ceremony series where we meet online in a global community of light. And what makes our community unique is everyone involved is a luminary, is a visionary, a mystic, somebody who's dedicating their life to the evolution of human consciousness. And so you bring those kinds of people together, first of all, like your community, and magic happens. So
Mhm.
we meet every new and full moon. And we have a 2 hour ceremony each time to really provide you with an ongoing high frequency support system. You can explore in high frequency prayer, intention setting, ecstatic dance, heart opening practices, and these hour-long psychedelic breath journeys with all the curated music and channeling and light language and all the things. And then intentionally harvesting at the end of each ceremony all of the downloads, writing them down, sharing them with the community, and then actioning. So it's not just, a one-off transformational experience. People in this collective are going out and making life changes as a result of them. And not only feeling more connected and like they belong to a global community, but realizing they're here to mother and father their own communities and going out and, taking a stand for the work that they're sharing. And so we couple a theme that matches the astrological alignment of each moon. I don't know if you wanted me to go through all the specifics of those now.
Let's go through a couple of the moons that are coming up with the astrological components and the significance because the theme of each one and what gets facilitated because we're riding the wave that's being provided from us from these astrological just portals that are available to us and to bring consciousness from a higher vibrational level into those portals to tune in within ourselves and to discover something within us as we have relationship with that is extraordinary. So yeah, please share at least a few of them as an
Yeah.
example of what's possible.
Absolutely. I do want to mention too, the archangelic energies we're playing with today are woven into all of these by virtue of me
Mm.
sharing them. So the first one happens is very special. Our very first one is on a partial solar eclipse. So it's our first activation is profound. It's new moon in Virgo. And it's all about boosting your vibrational hygiene, your vibrational dignity and self respect. And we'll be breathing to really elevate the clarity and the consistency and the alignment within and with our values. So there's congruence in how we're living our lives and how we're speaking and acting, releasing, purifying everything that no longer serves. In October on the 6th, we have a full moon in Aries. Um, I believe that's correct. I'm double checking. We ignite with white hot courage. We're really working with Aries energy, tapping into the ability to break through limitations, to really unleash our pioneering spirit and so forth. On October 21st, we're working with Libra, amplifying the beauty way within us, really activating the pleasure centers and our ability to um, elevate the the beautiful shimmering effervescent phosphorescent bioluminescent field within and around us so that we're literally emanating this beauty wave frequency and so much more. So it's different for every ceremony.
It's extraordinary, all, and the ceremonies are profound. And I know people that show up just on the call just to listen to Christabel. Just an activation happens for them as Christabel just shares her personal experience and her awareness of the energies and all that. So th there's just again this elevating each other that happens naturally, and you'll sometimes feel it on Beyond the Ordinary. And Christabel again, she's just masterful, innocently, but powerfully so, and in holding that space where you can't help but to rise up. So it's extraordinary what's possible in all the journeys. What's special about this particular family of light is the price on it. Y'all, it's $147. It is ridiculously low for what you're going to experience. It is really a gift for our community. And I cannot recommend this work enough. It has been instrumental in my capacity to access states of mind that, again, connect me with ascended masters that have connected me in ways that psychoactive journeys with ayahuasca and psilocybin have taken me there. But this is something that I go in and I go out and it's so clean without the after effects, without the toll that it takes on my body to go through those other type of ceremonial experiences sometimes. So I'm telling you, this is something that can really expand what is possible in consciousness, what's possible in the way that you relate to your physical body and how you treat yourself, what's possible in the actions and the thoughts that you have about yourself, your
Mm.
action taking ability and your ability to have self-compassion and grace for self and how that translates to others as you embody what's possible there. Um, so again, 7 ceremonial sessions, 2 hours long. They're live. If you miss it, they're recorded. So that's available there. Then also, and this is, I want to be very specific for our community here because I want to honor Christabel's time. If you feel that you might be interested in learning how to become a facilitator of this type of journeying, of facilitating other people into activating within themselves, and it's a certification that will also support you financially because Christabel also teaches you how to build the business around it so that you can really elevate and spread the word in a way that inspires you, that you can do it with passion, that you can do it with such authenticity because the vitality, the abundance is available to you. If you're interested in something like that and want to know about it more, you can book a call with Christabel. The link is at the bottom of the special offer page. And schedule a time to go deeper into the possibilities, what the facilitation may look like for you. Um, and then again, and to make sure it's right for you and that it's aligned for Breath of Bliss as well, because you will be an ambassador of this incredible work that Christabel has birthed into existence. Um, Something else that I want to mention also, y'all may want to take advantage of this particular certification because I've been bugging Christabel about it for a while. It is ridiculously low for a certification, especially the type of certification with the business support. I think you should be charging at least 3 times of what you're charging, but that's up to you. That's a discussion for you and I separately again.
It's at least doubling within the next month. So, yeah.
So and I know that you're elevating it in so many different ways. But y'all, this is a ripe opportunity um, for the certification and a ripe opportunity for Family of Light. The 7 ceremonies also at this particular price point. So I hope y'all take advantage of it. Um, Click on the special offer button if you're not taking action on it now. Keep the tab open if you want to read through it. And again, I highly encourage you to participate. Um, and with that, Crystal, is there anything that you want to say about the facilitator training before we get into the angelic transmission and the ceremony today?
Yeah, I would. I just want to add that this initiation is so much more than a breath work certification. It
Yeah.
really is a pathway to become a professional psychoactive guide and spiritual minister,
Mm,
where you are truly taking ownership of your own unique medicine and message and having a fundamental identity shift that will ripple out and impact every other area of your life.
yeah.
So it's a catalyst for transformation, not just in your consciousness, but in how you perceive reality itself. And
Mm.
everybody who goes through this training has such profound, life changing results in so many different areas of their life. So I just invite anyone who's ready for that caliber and octave of mind blowing transformation to talk to me and let's see if it's a match.
I have to share there was a participant that journeyed with us to Egypt, and she had a profound activation while we were in Egypt. She started channeling, all this energy started coming through. She's like, "I'm in," and she's young by our standards, right? And then she was searching for other places to have experiences, and she was so just alive into the exploration. And she had actually reached out to me wondering about plant medicine ceremonies and who to go to. And I wasn't quite guided to give her a particular retreat place or a shaman that I'd work with. I was like, I don't know just yet. I can recommend something, but I'm not feeling it. And then when Christabel certification came up, I knew that this was exactly the vehicle for her. And she came onto one of our live calls like this. She experienced some of the journey and she's like, okay. And she was a little skeptical about what was possible, but she trusted me and she dove in. Um, she's in the current certification program right now. And what she has written about her experience of doubt into direct experience into what's possible into and I think she's only a few weeks into certification and she's already starting to offer in community paid events to guide this. So I'm telling y'all, this is once you have this experience, you can't help but want more. So it's that particular participant, I won't share their name just out of respect, but it's she inspired me in the way she just dove in, and I just love seeing her thriving um, and on path with something that's really vitalizing and activating a passion within her. So thank you for putting this together, Christabel.
Yeah, I just want to add that's the magic. It's that like anything is possible energy, that infinite possibilities, quantum expansion into multidimensional realms. And everyone's going to experience this soon, but like it's the bliss factor, right?
Yeah.
That I just feel so much breath work is work and it's pushing through trauma and drama and rehashing suffering. And this is intentionally designed as a sequence to invite this rapid ascension, rapid realization of our God nature. And so I hope everyone enjoys what we're going to share.
Yeah, and the intimacy of connecting in a way that is possible for us. Again, the dropping the shields, not because we're trying to forcibly drop it, but in that light frequency, they can't help but to fall. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Y'all, the special offer link, you know where to find it now. I've already shared that. Let's go ahead and get into the transmission. The We're going to get into the ceremony. As we do that, Christabel, I'm going to mute myself and turn on my video to let you guide um, that part of the call. And before I turn off, though, will you let everybody know what they can do to prepare for the ceremony that they're about to enter into?
Absolutely. Thank you. So, first, I want to say stay through the ceremony and stay to the end because
Mhm.
when you harvest your insights in community, that is the most important time. So, please stay all the way through the end. And also, I invite you to welcome whatever arises. This practice can unearth unfelt emotions, things that have been suppressed, sensations in the body, there might be tears. They're holy, they're sacred, they're welcome. You're blessing yourself if you cry. It's so good.
Mhm.
And so, all kinds of things may happen. You may have dreams, visions, things, visitations. I invite you to just imagine you're going into a dream. And if there's sensation in the body, tingling, vibrating, just imagine you are breathing in light frequencies of the angels that are recalibrating you on a cellular level, and you are totally safe. And so,
Mhm.
yeah, definitely. And I know we're virtual, it's different than being in person, but still, I invite you to use the power of your imagination once you do lie down to envision a constellation of angels around you so you know you are breathing in community, even though we're digitally engaged here.
Mhm.
So, we're going to do, I'll be inviting you in a moment to lie down, to open your mouth, and to do this particular form of breath. So, I'm going to demonstrate the breath and invite you to all do it with me. And then we're going to move into a sitting up practice of that breath while I do an angelic sequence. And you're just practicing the breath while sitting and moving your body a little bit and seeing what you feel. And then I'll cue you to lie down and we'll just go deeper. When you lie down, you may want to have an eye mask available, a layer, if you have a special crystal, whatever, and we'll go from there. But from now, I'll invite you to open your mouth wide, and begin taking open mouth, circular, connected breaths. That means we're going to connect the inhale to the exhale and the exhale to the inhale in a continuous infinity loop of breath without any pauses. And it sounds like this. And you hopefully are breathing along with me. And so it's so easy. You're just breathing through an open mouth. When you breathe in this way and you inflate your lungs all the way, the front, the sides, the back, you are hyper saturating your body in oxygen. You are inviting your pineal pituitary to do a microdose of dimethyltryptamine, the God molecule, the miracle molecule inside you. And so you get to turn up the intensity of that drip by breathing faster, fuller breaths, by moving your body more, by making sound. And you get to turn down the intensity by slowing down the breath, by moving maybe a little less, making less sound. So you are a sovereign creator of this experience, and you get to choose and keep in heart that if you're moving a lot and making a lot of sound and breathing really fast, you are likely going to have a lot more sensation. So just keep remembering, I am safe. It's safe to feel it all. And so I also invite you to consider when you lie down, just keeping your eyes closed, because that is what allows you to access the most visual element. So if anyone has any questions, just drop them in the chat box. What we're going to do now is come into a sitting position if you're not already, and to invite the spine into alignment. And we're just going to go into the breath, and I'll just invite the archangels here. You can use your imagination, invite those archangels, and practice the open mouth breath, moving your body, maybe making a little sound, and then we'll lie down and we'll go a lot deeper. Okay? So open your mouth. Connecting the breath. There's nothing to get right. You're just breathing in and out. Feeling the air go over your lips, in your mouth, down your throat. That's it. You might touch your heart as we begin. Holy Mother, Holy Father, God, Goddess, Creator of all that is, we call forth a great and mighty revelation today. A revelation of our goodness, our wholeness, and our divinity. Show me how. And you can even say that. Show me how. Keep breathing. Moving your body as we call in the energies of Archangel Michael into this space. The plasma sword of truth, cleansing and clearing all the energy around you. You can move your arms to cleanse and clear the energy, snapping your fingers. Unplugging all cords of attachment that are diminishing your light in any way. Flick it away. Send them back to source. We cleanse the template of divine will within the solar chakra inside us. Aligning with divine will and anchoring in virtue, dignity, honor, and the highest standards of source. Dissolving the illusion that there is anything to protect ourselves from, because we are all we seek now. Move your body, cleanse the space, maybe turn to the right as we call in Archangel Raphael. Woo, moving the spine as we recalibrate ourselves on a genetic level, remembering the wholeness that's already inside. Can you feel how good it feels to call in the emerald ray of Archangel Raphael? Make a sound. Thank you for dissolving the illusion of brokenness. Thank you for taking away all misperceptions of not enoughness. We release, we let go, we cleanse, we release, we let go, we cleanse, we release, we let go, we cleanse, and we say yes to the wholeness that is the truth of who we are. And feel behind you the golden energy of Archangel Gabriel. whispering all of the divine truths of God, Goddess, creator of all that is, into your ear. Breathe it in to amplify access to the creative inspiration, the innovation, the messages that are supposed to be spoken to humanity through you. Feel how good it feels to receive and to say yes to your divine commission. Now, say yes while you breathe. Yes! I say yes. And we welcome to our left Archangel Shamuel, the beautiful shimmering pink effervescent love bubble. The juicy love of unconditional support, nurturing care, affection. Touch your skin while you breathe. Give yourself the affection that is always here, remembering, I am the love I seek. I am the greatest love of my life. And we invite Archangel Shamuel to cleanse and purify the blood moving through our heart, to program it with that love. Every chamber lighting up. Pink, effervescent, phosphorescent light. Move your body. Just feel how good it feels to let go of all the programs and misperceptions of rejection. The enmeshment with others, the codependency. Let it all go. The resentment, the bitterness, none of it's yours. Clear the space with your arms. And from beneath you, invite in the support now and always from Archangel Uriel. Seeing the brain light up all the neural pathways, rewiring and recalibrating to connect with the mind of God. Every breath in and out through your mouth, these energetic pathways lighting up brighter. Dissolving limiting beliefs. Downloading and installing a new software system from Source of infinite love, infinite possibilities, quantum oneness now. Above you, reach your arms up, look up, keep breathing. We welcome all of the divine transmissions of Archangel Metatron. See whirling gridworks of golden light, shapes and helixes and orbs and all of this glowing, wondrous, delightful beauty just surrounding you. Permeating the electromagnetic membrane of your aura, activating inside every strand of your DNA, awakening your communion with every lifetime, past, present, future, simultaneous, always oneness. At one with the oversoul architecture of your highest self. Access to all the wisdom of every lifetime you have ever lived, all the love you've ever felt now. And finally, tap your heart while you breathe. We call forth the kingdom of heaven in our own hearts now. The almighty I am presence. You can say that out loud. I call forth the almighty I am presence in my heart now. And as you breathe through your open mouth before we lie down, imagine a tsunami of 0 point alignment in your heart now. This equanimity, this peace that passeth all understanding. Seeing yourself anchoring heaven to earth through your body as the stargate now. And just say out loud as you begin to reorient yourself to lie down, I am. So, feel your body, notice what's here, and begin to lie down now, lying down on your back. feeling all the sensations, feelings, and emotions that may be here. Lie down on your back and close your eyes, and we go deeper now into the open mouth, connected breath. Cover your eyes, connecting inhale to exhale and exhale into inhale. If your mouth gets dry, trust it will self-lubricate. And feel the safety as we move into this space together, knowing that I can see all the windows and I can see all the doors, and you are safe. You're so safe. And so with all the angelic presences around you, breathe into this field of safety that is here. Open your mouth wider. Deeper breaths into this field of goodness all around you. Deep connected breaths. The inhale kissing the exhale. The exhale kissing the inhale. And your whole body beginning to move. Trust your body. That's it. Calling in all the angels to this present moment. Breathe deeper. Maybe there's one archangel coming towards you as you breathe. Who is it? Who is it? That's it. Deepening the breath. That's it. Open your body, move your arms, your legs, your spine to make space. We're making space with breath. Make space for grace. Oh yeah, that's it. Maybe there's a sound inside. Just breathe to open up and receive more support now. It's so safe. It's so safe to soften. It's so safe to receive. Breathe to receive so much more. You might even put your hands on your heart. Tap up your heart. Wake it up. Connecting inhale to exhale. Move your body. It's safe to receive more love. Breathe it in. All the love around you. All the love inside you. Can you feel it? Connect your breath. That's it. You're doing so beautifully. That's it. Stay in your breath. Drink in the nectar of the air, the love in the air. Fill yourself up with it. How good it is to be alive. Stretch your heart wider with every breath. Are you willing to receive more? More bliss, more fun, more miracles. Drink it in the air. Breathe deeper. The deeper you breathe, the more you'll receive. Drink in the bounty of this angelic support. How good it feels to be alive. It's that sound on the exhale to release any tension, any resistance, any holding on. Move your body. Make a sound. That's right, circulating the breath, circulating the air, purifying your body temple, opening up your channel now. Connect the breath. Connecting your breath up higher through the atmosphere, all the way up to source. An infinite loop of light. That's it. You deserve this bliss. Will you give it to yourself? Will you remember that you are worthy? Remember. Remember. Breathe to remember all the lifetimes, all the ceremonies, all the plant medicine journeys in every incarnation. Pick up the pace of your breath now. That's it. Open your body, open your breath. Open your body, open your breath, open your body, open your breath. A jungle of breath. All the stars in your breath. Beyond the mind. Breathe, play, breathe, play, breathe, play. The breath goes into your mouth, the breath goes out of your mouth in one continuous stream of nectar. The body playing, moving, bouncing, unlocking, unleashing. Opening to the teachings of all the other incarnations, the streaming code. And use these rhythms to take a deeper breath into the heart of Mother Earth. Your root activating, grounding the galactic in your body. That's it. Open your body, open your breath. Connect the powerful breath in and out through your mouth, through your ears, through your eyes, through every orifice of your body. Open to God. Merging, melting, releasing, surrendering into everything. Nothing needs to make sense anymore. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open your mind to the everything. That's it. Shake your bottom, bounce your bottom while you breathe. Wake up your roots. Activate your voice. Let the angels open you wider. Opening all the genetic codes to unlock and unleash the frequencies of light. Beautiful. We're going to pick up the pace a little more now. Deeper breath, more powerful breath in and out of your mouth. Electrifying your pillar of light now. Connecting heaven and earth. Make a big sound. That's it. Unlock and unleash your body now. Powerful, deep, connected breath, connecting to each angelic code of light in the biosphere within and around you. Archangel Michael, activating your sword of truth now. Releasing all enmeshment, releasing all projections. Clear the space around you with your arms while you breathe. You are a sovereign being. You are the living beacon of truth, the standard of dignity, self-respect. That's it. Breathe. Restoring the template of wholeness with Raphael. open your body, your spine, to let a ripple go through you, an undulating wave of wholeness. You are the answer you seek. You are the infinite possibility. You are the spontaneous healing. You are the rapid realization of truth now. Stay in the breath. Gabriel, opening your mouth now wider. Gabriel, unwiring any consensus agreements to stay small, to hold back your truth. Open your mouth wider now. Letting Gabriel massage the jaw. Massage your jaw. Breathe deeper. Breathe to commit to speaking your truth in the world, to getting visible now. We call upon Archangel Gabriel to help us unlock and unleash any consensus agreements with mediocrity now. We are ready to light conceive our creative projects, to complete what we start. Show us how. Breathe deeper. Shamuel, massaging your heart, letting heart, love, lift you into advocacy. Massage your heart. Breathe, programming all of yourself with love. You can speak with love. You can express with love. You can embody love. You can act with love. You can share love. You can let go of anything you think you need to forgive. You can release all resentments and grudges. You can just love. Breathe. Massage your heart. Feel the back of your heart light up now. Breathing into the shadows that are asking for attention within. Breathe deeper to transmute anything that you're holding against yourself, any shame, into a superpower now. Surrounding yourself with the softness of love, the power of love, the grace. As you expand your lungs wider, as you open your arms wider, like angel wings. Uriel is here now. Psychic surgery in your brain with the highest love of the universe. Oh, can you feel it? Breathe into your brain now to activate the neuroplasticity. Massage your head while you breathe, connected breaths, instigating the rewiring to God. We call forth the capacity to witness our life from our highest self now. We call forth the ability to see all beings with the eyes of God now. We call forth the ability to see ourselves with the unconditional love of Source. Smile as you breathe. Smile as you breathe and dismantle all the misperceptions of your reality. Evaporate, vaporize everything that is untrue. Breathe into the glory of the Almighty I Am Presence. That is you. Into the unbearable lightness of being. A soul in a human body. Deeper breaths now. As Metatron rolls on in. Breathe to invite your little one in, your inner child to play in the constellation of rotating sacred geometric orbs of light, like a nursery, a star nursery of light. Breathe to play with the star nurseries all around you. The magic that you are. Remember the magic, the innocence of you, of all your lifetimes. The streaming light of euphoria. The awe of 100,000 lifetimes streaming in on the inhale. Can you receive it? The gratitude of 100,000 lifetimes. Maybe you're bouncing, vibrating, trembling, crying, receiving this love. Can you receive all of it, all at the same time? The trembling tenderness of love, of your true angelic self. Because you are the angel. Can you feel it? You slow down the breath now. Closing your mouth to breathe through your nose, anchoring in the Christed template, the peace that you are. Slowing down your experience to rest into the peace that passeth all understanding. The at one-ment of Christ. Seeing everything with love. Now, resting into a natural, great peace. As you breathe through your nose and relax, 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 beginning to integrate your journey.
And you'll take your time coming back. This is sacred space. Acknowledge those who penetrated the field for you. Honor yourself for your willingness and openness to connect at such a profound, intimate, beautiful level. Slowly breathe in and out. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. If you're new to this, you may be having some physical sensations that feel a little strange. It's all part of the journey. You don't have to rush out of it. Actually, enjoy its activation upon you. Then I'll want to open up. If anybody wants to share their experience, type it into the chat box, raise your hand. If you have any questions about the journey, please, please, we'll run a little bit longer. We want to make sure that we honor this process and your experience. Christabel, I have to say that was probably one of the most powerful sessions I've experienced with you. There's something there was so much energy and of transmission that was being invoked. Um, what was your experience with that? Because you have personal experiences as you're guiding these as well.
Yes, for me, it's like rapture. It's merging because as a guide, it's as much a psychedelic experience for me as it is probably for anyone. And so I am quickening myself when I'm breathing and moving and making sound. And so I'm right there with everybody. And it feels amazing. Like I feel rippling aliveness. I feel electricity. I feel quantum. I feel just giddy and expanded and excited. And what I love about this practice and facilitating is it invites you to be a somatic oracle and really to discover the body as the vehicle to the angelic realms. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. And people are writing in. I love what Patty wrote. I have never capital N, capital E, capital V, capital E, capital R felt this level of love before, Patty. Yeah, it's Elizabeth felt like home. Rose writes, so beautiful, sacred, and thank you. Online virtual is not apparent. It was so alive and real, live, present. Elizabeth, joyous, light, and happy. Um, Kalima, just my left eye is crying in a kind of bliss. So she went to that blissful experience. And Mark, my body is vibrating. So beautiful, says Valerie. Incredible from Jyoti. Again, so many comments coming in, Christabel. Um, y'all, we're gonna run the replay of this so you can come back and participate again and relax in the field. Um, and again, if anyone has any questions or comments, type them into the chat box again. These may be new experiences for you. So if anything doesn't feel maybe a little confusing because something in your body got activated, let Christabel, who's like the supreme expert in this, just really help you acclimate and make sense of what might be running through your consciousness, through your physical body, and who or what you may be receiving from the etheric realm as well. Um, Joy T wrote, I let myself go like never before in this life during guided experience, such bliss. Um, Esteban is asking, why mouth and not nasal breathing? Great
Mm.
question, Esteban.
I'm happy to speak to this, Esteban. Thank you. And this extraordinary sacred elixir comes online when we breathe through the open mouth connected breath, and that is not available when we breathe through the nose. And there's actually been scientific research on this by Dr. Stanislav Grof. who is the founder of transpersonal psychology and one of the grandfathers of breathwork, the creator of holotropic breathwork. And he had research in scientific labs on LSD around expanded states. And when that became illegal, he studied connected breath. And what he found out was when exclusively we breathe through the mouth, it allows this micro drip of the dimethyltryptamine, the God molecule, the bliss molecule to take place, which gives us access to those expanded states. And another incredible thing happens where it starts increasing the communication between different parts of our brain, the amygdala, the insula, the prefrontal cortex. And so suddenly, any suppressed memories we have, painful thoughts, painful memories, we gain the ability to reframe them, to actually be in an impartial witness self and almost within the eyes of our soul, watch the movie of our life and choose a new story. But when we breathe through the nose, it's different. When we breathe through the nose with more pranayama, it's recalibrating us into a state of presence and into calm and nervous system, extreme nervous system regulation. It doesn't activate the release of that God molecule or latent memories, emotions, feelings. So, and it's a very valuable to breathe through the nose in pranayama. I do a lot of nasal breathing, but we particularly do this open mouth when we want a psychoactive experience on par with plant medicine and, cosmic awakening.
Well, on par with plant medicine, first, ayahuasca is a full-blown ceremony, preparation, dieting, purging, and being immersed in the field to trip the DMT. With psilocybin, it's ingesting these mushrooms and having a relationship with them and waiting and going into a journey and it surrenders you. I had to be in a dark room experience, no light for 4 days to start getting the DMT experience. I was in the dark room for 6 days and the DMT lightly started coming in after 4 days. And here we are activating it in 15, 20 minutes worth of circular breathing in this way. And again, the access that I've had that have been similar to my plant medicine journeys, it's profound. It's that this is available for everybody. And it comes in such a way that it just again it regenerates cells, it oxygenates our blood, it gives us access to divine beings if you're open to it. It gives us access to those parts of our mind that maybe we keep shut, but when we're in such presence, it can't help but to reveal itself in different ways. So whether that's a release, a purging of crying and of grief or anger or the bliss of being connected in such an ecstatic state, it's what always shows up is always just seems to be perfect for what someone is going through and willing to receive.
So true, John. And I also feel it switches the mode of our bonding with others who share the experience with us instead of trauma bonding or seeking shared victimhood as some common frame of reference. It creates this miracle bonding
Beautiful.
where we actually start engaging with each other as evolutionary partners, taking a stand for and cheerleading each other's awakenings to higher levels of consciousness and higher standards and higher ways of relating and expressing and sharing in the world. So it's such a catalyst, not just for like going off and having some psychedelic thing in the jungle and then you have to figure out your life. It's such a platform for coming together with others and creating communities of awakening. That's another reason it's so special.
Amazing. Well, what's the quote? I shared it with you once, but the quote is, you know, people breathe to live, the awakened breathe to illuminate,
Mm,
to become enlightened is what it was. The awakened breathe to become enlightened.
mm.
Uh, and it's beautiful. It's so accurate. Um, there's more comments coming in. There's a question coming from Sonia. I'll ask that in a little bit. Y'all, first of all, I want to remind you of the extremely special offer. That is available again to go into 7 ceremonies during these astrological portals that Christabel will guide you through. You'll experience a 2-hour ceremony rather than a 25-minute ceremony. you really go deep, and it's on a whole nother level um, of what's possible and to deepen on a continuous basis. There's a couple of times I have to admit, Christabel, that I was like, I don't know, I'm kind of tired. I don't know if I'm going to show up, but I want to be there because I love the community. I love the way you guide, and so just kind of work my way into it. And it's there's not one ceremony that I've been with you that I have regretted or wish I would have been somewhere else. Always come out just with feeling enlightened, both from a light quotient perspective, but also my body lightened up from anything that I've been carrying.
Right. That lightness of being is medicine, because I feel like so much of so many, at least me and many people I know, are addicted to seriousness and chronic tension and contraction of our minds and our
Oh my
bodies.
God, I've been so serious lately. Yes, please.
Yeah. And there's something really magical when we enter a space of permission to get a
Mhm.
little levity and delight and magic and enchantment into the space, and to nurture that, because ecstasy, we know ecstasy and bliss, these states require loosening up and elevating ourselves into the gift of delight, right? And so I love this. I love that the permission field for miracles that happens in these spaces.
It was a Paramahansa Yogananda said that Jesus's form of meditation was to get into an ecstatic state of connection with God, with the Father.
Word.
I got the chills, right? I got the chills
That's all
as I
I can
said
say.
that.
It's so on. It's so true. It's so true. Ananda Mayima as well. The bliss
Mhm.
mother, bliss permeated mother.
Right.
Mhm.
Extraordinary. Y'all, the special offer, the link's in the chat box. Click on the special offer button underneath the video where you're watching, whether you're watching live or on the replay. On YouTube, the link will be in the comments section as well. But again, you can always access the special offers on beyondtheordinaryshow.com/marketplace. There's some more questions coming in. We're going to get to those in a second. Part of the special offer, other than the ceremonies, if you're interested in becoming a practitioner of this, we'll call it a modality, but this way of activating others and yourself on a continuous basis, there's a link at the bottom of the special offer page where you can book a discovery call with Christabel, and she's gonna take calls to tell you all about the program, make sure it's the right fit for you. Is there anything else that you want to share, either about the ceremonies or the possibility for the certification?
Yeah. I will just share. I've never experienced anything like this training program. That's why I created it as a
Mm,
quantum level empowerment and a vehicle for people to become the version of themselves they've dreamed of being, who can actually live at the highest level of embodiment of their highest self. So the entire program is a vehicle to literally anchor heaven to earth through your body by elevating your capacity to speak coherently, to engage and teach online like I am and teaching you all the mixers and the vocal effects and how to work with the different realms and beings of light, authentically sharing your practice with others and in person as well. And really how to step forward and courageously speak about possibly the most private parts of you might have held close, like I did today, and discovering how good it feels to become a beacon of light and a beacon of passionate advocacy for what you really believe in. And so I'd love to speak to anybody who's ready for that kind of quantum leap, who may want to come in the program.
yeah, it's extraordinary. I know the training is just like next level. The type of facilitation and the depth of training that is available. It's y'all, it's take advantage of it while you can, while it's still as inexpensive as it is, because it's not going to stay at that price. So I hope that y'all take advantage again of the ceremony. 7 ceremonies. Yes, there will be replays. Uh, the calls run at what time, Christabel? The ceremony calls? Someone's asking.
I believe, and my assistant can correct me, I believe they're 12 to 2 Pacific time. And I
12 to 2
think that's
Pacific time.
on there. Yeah. 12 to
Okay.
2 Pacific. And there's replays.
And there's replays available, so that's great. And I want to go th there's a lot of questions coming in, comments in the webinar, and I'd love to hang out just a little bit longer to address these. So First of all, oh my God, someone was having an experience with their service dog. I actually want to read this. So this came from Karen. My service dog got really into the process as much as I did. This was absolutely mind-blowing for both of us. Never had such an awesome healing experience like this. We are so very grateful to you both. So thank you, Karen. And wow, service dog.
It's
This,
actually, there's a lot of dogs people bring into their serum and cats while people are breathing during Family of Light. And we see them, doing their
mm.
own medicine work on people. It's amazing.
Well, Anne wrote, and it's wonderful to see here. Pure love, coherence, empowerment. Many feminine archetypes came in. Isis, White Buffalo Calf Woman, and Mary Magdalene. I'm getting chills and received so much guidance. We are all held in so much love and beauty. Wow. Wow. So question, is this safe? Is this a safe practice for anxious children who suffer panic attacks?
I love that you're getting to the nitty gritty. Obviously, as any psychoactive practice must be, we must have discernment about the nervous system and who this is appropriate for. And obviously, if you've just had a surgery, if you are about to give birth, if you have a history of a diagnosed mental disorder, if you are prone to uncontrollable panic attacks, you would want to consult your medical practitioner to get an okay and to probably recalibrate the pace of the breath. And because I've actually had pregnant women, I've had people who have nervous disorders, but they're careful to avoid over arousing the nervous system by taking slower breaths. So if you're going
Mm.
to do that in a group event, you actually have to take a certain level of self-responsibility to not get swept away and just lose yourself. And so I would say for children who have attacks, probably not a match. But if you're an adult and you have common sense and you have experience working with a support professional in the calibration of your consciousness, and you want to do a practice like this consciously and to deliberately breathe more gently, I think we each get to make that decision for ourselves.
Well, and I would invite with children with panic attacks, start with a slower breathing. Really, it's like first of all, if kids are having panic attacks, the proximity to someone that they feel regulated is so healing in itself, even though they may not be stable. And as you're guiding them through a slow circular breathing, it doesn't have to be fast and build up and the music, calming, slower pace. I know you can speak a lot about the pace and the tone of all that, but I think this is really something that can be beneficial for everybody. It's just how quickly we access that DMT state. There can be a build-up process, and we can co-regulate along the way as different build-ups happen.
Yes. And I also just want to speak as someone who's had panic attacks before. I would actually calibrate alternating between the nose and the mouth because that
Yes.
does slow things down a lot. And so I know how it can feel to get kind of hijacked by the body, and we have the ability to slow it down by alternating the nose and the mouth breath for sure.
And I appreciate, Christabel, that you said medical attention and really checking in is so important. So again, we want to balance it out because we're here to serve you in the highest, whether that means we're serving you directly or we recommend someone to you that is more fitting for your particular circumstance and what you're choosing to navigate or what you really require assistance in. And it's all about you. It's all about really us being of service to offer the best solutions that we have available to us to guide you. So again, take all these answers with at heart with that knowing. Um, and I trust that you'll be guided exactly to where you're supposed to be. Laura writes, I get dizzy when I first start this type of breathing. Will that dissipate as I practice more?
Absolutely. And if you're lying down on your back, the perception of dizziness isn't so pronounced if you're actually lying on your back. The dizziness is felt a lot more when we're sitting. And that's part of why we lie down for the journey, because it actually
Mhm.
provides a sense of felt safety to have your back in contact with a supportive surface. And just know that we get to enjoy the discombobulation of our sense of gravity. That's actually a a gift from these non-ordinary states to sort of throw us off the balance of who we think we are and how things operate, and to open to a more mysterious recalibration with a different reality. So just I wanted to mention that too, because some people get a little nervous about sensations in the body or feeling a little disoriented. But these are
Mm.
actually precious gifts that allow us space to catch the vision.
Beautiful. Stephanie was getting the tingles again, so much energy running in her fingers, and they started to cramp up, the tetanus, right? How does that dissipate during your practice? She's asking.
Yeah. So I do want to speak to the tetany because, again, one of my mentors, Michael Bernard Beckwith, who I mentioned before, he got extreme tetany at one point, and he was talking to Stephen Hawking, the author of Power versus Force, Maslow Map of Consciousness, Frequency Scale, and had a fascinating teaching from him that said the reason we experience tetany as humans is because we are being exposed to an angelic frequency at the
Wow.
level of 5,000, where the human body can only calibrate to 1,000. And he actually used the word angel when he was saying this. So I invite us all to reframe that tingling, vibrating, cramping, numbing as the potential touch of an angel happening to our body, and just, yeah, the natural turbulence that happens when two very different frequency fields come into contact. That said, it goes away. It always goes away by the end of a ceremony. And so you can soothe yourself with gentle touch. You can rest. You can have some of your tea or beverage and a sniff of your essential oil, just gently inviting your vagus nerve online by turning your head left and right. And it will totally dissipate and go away.
Hmm. Eh, Having said that, another physical experience that I've had personally several times is this sensation of floating off the floor, floating off wherever I was laying, like I was 2 inches above the surface, and this bubble of light surrounding me, activating within me.
Yeah.
It's,
There's I love this practice because it literally can transport us to other dimensions, planets, lifetimes, and realities. And
Mhm.
levitating off the floor is just the tip of the iceberg when you think of transporting yourself to another planetary incarnation you've had, so
But it's pretty freaking amazing to experience it physically. It's like, wow, I
yeah.
can do that also, right? It's like, what else is possible? Which is extraordinary. There's so many comments coming in, y'all. It's like Joy T saying she starts speaking light language. It's Stephanie again can't even describe what was happening. So much energy was coming through. Tovi, the timing was especially profound say during this 999 portal, which we're in, which is a portal of endings and recalibrating karma and new beginnings. Um, why don't we finish any transmissions or let's end today's call with any information or transmissions that you have regarding again, this 999 portal. Y'all, September 9th, 2025. 2025 adds up to a 9. That's awareness, this auspicious time with a eclipse coming here pretty soon also. So we're riding a wave right now.
Triple trinities, and we're coming right out of this profound Pisces eclipse
Hmm.
moon. And so we are now, and I just want to say this is a really profound moment right now between two eclipses, is what is called the miracle field. And this particular eclipse that we have all been encoded with, this Piscean permission to open, unlock, and unleash our intuition, and to trust our imagination as intelligence, and to trust the dream time as a source of data that is real. Like this is a really powerful moment to keep doing this practice again and again, so that you can strip away and release inhibition, self-doubt, second guessing, all those lower frequency forms that drain life force, that any calibration with victim consciousness, any place you've given away your authority. This is the moment. We just went through the cleansing. Now we're moving towards, in the next eclipse, when we start the next family of light, this opportunity to begin becoming available to being the full answer, to being the resolution, to being the infinite possibility, to expressing the quantum potential that we were born to share. So
Mm.
it's good times.
It's great times. That and Stephen Hawkins even says it, connecting with the angelic realm. And you weren't even sure you were going to share that today, but here we are in that part of the conversation, just validating again the synchronicities that are just dropping truth bombs
Mm.
in life right now, or just they're miraculous really to experience. And if we can
I
slow
think
down and pay attention, it's just what's coming through. This is it's this pouring of love to support us and guide us and activate us. That's just it's ineffable, truly, what's occurring.
I think John, I think people are starving for truth right now. I mean,
Mhm.
we're so hypersaturated with so many agenda riddled messages and platforms and so forth, and it's like, god, we just want to feel connected to each other. We just want to feel permission to be real and to transform our vulnerability into an authentic way of relating and connecting our shared humanity to our highest potential in this lifetime. And I
Mhm.
just think this is such a great moment to deepen our practices, like breath and
Well, I
um,
think that's the next phase of the journey. I think the hunger for truth is making us go within. The one place so many have not explored is to go within. And because we can't find and anchor it in with so much of the noise, that we're really being guided to that place of home, that it will illuminate us walking. We are the walking prayer of truth in motion, creating from that. So again, a practice like this to be able to access the higher dimensional vibrational tones that we all have the key to unlock within ourselves. That is what's guiding us home now. That is the truth that we seek inside of us. And yes, we want to witness it on the outside world. But when you become in coherence with it, you'll walk with it everywhere that you go, and you become a magnet for that to keep amplifying so that others can know what's possible for them as well. So this is it, it's illuminating, it's activating, and it's service work also simultaneously. It's profound.
just walking each other home.
Walking each other home. Christabel, this was amazing. It's like you're like bringing it from a whole nother level. And the level we were at before was extraordinary also. So I'm inspired by you. So thankful for you. Um, amazing, amazing call. Just yeah, blessings.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for the field of permission to share at what was my leading edge of
Mm.
vulnerability too.
It's beyond the ordinary. We're going to take you there every time. Everybody
Definitely.
on this call, thank you for your presence, for you choosing to spend your time with us here in sacred ceremony. So I bow down to each and every one of you in namaste. Love you all, and I look forward to seeing y'all on the next call. Have a great day.